Yeah, it's been a busy spring and summer, and I haven't really had much of a chance to get out and travel and go new places. So I figured I would take an episode to talk about all the technology that goes into making the show happen. I'm Ben Zavan, and you're watching Road Noise. There's a lot of technology that goes into making Road Noise happen, from the camera equipment to the video equipment to the software and hardware that I use for post-processing, and the motorcycle and the drone. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I guess first and foremost is the Ducati Multistrada that I'm riding on right now. 1200 cc's, 160 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds if you know what you're doing, and honestly I don't. It has 4 riding modes. I spend most of the time in touring mode, which gives me a smooth low-end power delivery, but it has kind of an explosive upper end because the slope is so flat down low to keep everything smooth that it has to work pretty hard to catch up at the top end. Yeah, so I love this motorcycle. When I was shopping for motorcycles, we went around to a number of places in the cities, and I tried out a number of used bikes. And then we went back to Ducati Minneapolis, and I rode a Diavel, and the Diavel was so much a motorcycle for me. It spoke to me in ways that none of the other bikes that I had ridden that day did. At that point, I decided that I was going to buy the Multistrada, because the Multistrada is a perfect fit for me. I'm a tall guy. My last bike was just way too small. And this bike, man, it is comfortable. Photography equipment, photography and video. I am a professional photographer, so I've put a fair amount of money into my photography kit over the years. I've got a pair of Canon 5D Mark IIs that I use as my primary cameras. Mostly for video, I'm using either the wide angle or I'm using the walk-around lens, which is a 24-105, or the 50 fixed is actually pretty common. Any footage that's captured while I'm riding on the motorcycle, that's with the Drift Ghost S. It's a 1080p HD video camera. The drone, when I'm flying the drone, I'm using a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black. The drone is a Y6 from 3D Robotics. It's a Y-shape, Y configuration with 2 arms that stick out to the front and 1 that sticks out to the back. I think it kind of makes it look like a lobster, except that it's blue rather than red. I've been really tempted to get a big fake plastic lobster and just mount it on there, and it could double as a rain cover, so that'd be kind of cool. It's got extra lift capacity because it's a 6 prop, 1 up and 1 down at each of the 3 points, which gives a little more lift, and there's a really nice 2-axis gimbal, so I can control the pitch of the camera if it's looking up or down. And it automatically keeps the camera relatively level. It doesn't always seem to know what exactly level is, but once it's picked something and called it level, it locks down and stays there. So yeah, the drone is great, radio controlled, and you can program a 100% automatic autopilot. I've used this for doing aerial mapping of parks so far. Yeah, so that's mostly what I bring with me is multiple cameras and lenses and video cameras. I'm using ram mounts to mount the drift to the motorcycle. I've got a ball mount behind me and to the left, and 1 in front on my crash bar. And right now I'm using a suction cup, and I don't know. It does seem to be sticking pretty well. but it's just suction cupped onto my windscreen. And then there's camping equipment that I'll get into some other time when I'm actually camping and have it out. You saw a little bit of it in the MS-150 video. Once I've got all the video recorded for the show, it's time for editing, because you guys really don't want to just sit there and listen to me ramble the whole time. You want to only listen to the interesting stuff. And the video that I record on the motorcycle is always shaky and choppy, and anything that I record while I'm moving, while the engine's running, has vibration artifacts because of the rolling shutter on the Drift S. Look up rolling shutter if you want to. I'll describe it here, and I'm probably going to edit it out. So using a rolling shutter reduction, rolling shutter repair, I can take care of that and mostly make it go away and make it much less vomit-inducing video. But a little backstory on my editing suite. I have an older Mac Pro that I bought in early 2008. It's been rock solid. Every time it slows down a little bit, I just throw more RAM at it. So now I'm up to 20 gigabytes of RAM and almost 6 terabytes of hard drive space. And the RAM makes it run pretty well, especially as I have upgraded my camera equipment over the years. I started with a 6 megapixel camera for still photos, and now I've got a 21 megapixel camera, and the next one's probably going to be 23, depending on what Canon comes out with next. So anybody who says you can't upgrade a Mac, just laugh at them, because they're wrong. You can upgrade a Mac. Adobe recently went to a subscription model, Creative Cloud, and I had really mixed feelings about that. The price was similar to what I've been paying. I kind of don't like the idea of subscription software, because you buy the software and then now you can't use it if you stop paying for it, which honestly I find kind of irritating. But when I looked at the cost of the applications that I use the most, which are Illustrator and Photoshop and Lightroom, it just made sense to get the entire Creative Cloud suite. As a result, I also have Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects and a bunch of this video editing stuff that I'd never really gotten into before. So I kind of blame Adobe Creative Cloud for the existence of road noise. Yeah, so I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. I'm Ben Zavan, and this is Road Noise.